the customer social profile. We've talked about the employee social network. I want to talk about step 3. I want to talk about creating this customer social network now. And the customer social network has really been an eye-opener for me. And a huge part of that is really when we acquired Heroku. When we acquired Heroku, we started to really tap into a whole new vision for what the internet could be. And of course, Heroku started as really the leader of developing a platform for Ruby apps. And I know we have our whole Heroku team today. Heroku, would you just stand up and be recognized for the great work that you guys are doing? Congratulations. And these guys deserve an extra special round of applause because Heroku not only runs Ruby, but Heroku also now runs Java. Congratulations. Java now available on Heroku. So Salesforce's platform is running our traditional Apex technology, it's running Ruby, and it's also now running Java. And one of the really inspiring customers and exciting stories that we've seen is with Disney. Now, if you go to facebook.com/Disneyland, you're going to see something amazing. You're going to see applications that are really interactive that are creating this dynamic customer social community. You're going to see games they've built and vacation communities and photo sharing applications. And in addition to these kind of applications that you see at Disney, you see them in other amazing companies like ESPN and Best Buy and Warner Brothers. And they're all being built on this tremendous Heroku technology that these engineers have developed and delivered. And now with Heroku for Java, you've got a fully integrated Heroku platform that gives you instant scale, frictionless deployment, full visibility, an add-on ecosystem, and it's available immediately, and you can get started immediately with Heroku on Java. It brings in those 6 million Java developers right into our platform. Now, we're watching that social marketing. That social marketing is amazing. And we're seeing companies, we're seeing leaders, we're seeing all kinds of people do amazing things on the social network. MC Hammer's here. Hammer, would you just stand up for a second? You've been such an incredible leader in our industry. Please. Really excited to have you here at Dreamforce. Welcome. Hammer, can you tell us, what do you see happening when you look out? You're out on the social networks, you're creating new businesses, you're leading this industry. What is going on? Can you give us some commentary on this social marketing?
Well, I just see the behaviors changing and a lot of engagement happening, a lot of the walls of fear going down, and a lot of enterprises that previously wouldn't embrace the social enterprise aspect, really grabbing a hold of the concept and seeing how it enhances the bottom line.
Now, I follow you on Twitter. You follow me on Twitter. I appreciate that. You've seen how products get introduced in a whole new way. What do you think is going to happen in the future? When you're creating a new song or trying to roll out a new artist or rolling out a new technology company, how are you using those social networks to make that happen?
Well, I think one of the greatest things is that we're able to crowdsource and be able to see what the feedback is initially. So in the music industry right now, you always see these artists who say, or the corporation says, how did that get leaked? It didn't get leaked. They're actually doing a beta to see if the crowd actually liked the song or liked the new album. If they don't get enough traction, they say, we got to do something about these leaks, and they send the artists back into the studio to create more product. But there's not really leaks. So you're able to use, the whole entire social universe to see if the product is really resonating.
Now, I want to tell you, I was thinking about this, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it, but I've actually been thinking about a song, and I just want to run this by you here, But I have this idea for a song called You Can Touch This. What do you think about that? Yeah.
It's something there.
All right, MC Hammer, thank you very much for being at Dreamforce. I've been traveling this great world of ours, talking to so many great customers and looking for those best case examples. And one of them that I found was at Gatorade. And Gatorade has built a whole social media command center where they're watching everything going on with all of their new product introductions, their marketing. They're assessing just exactly as Hammer said, looking for what's working, what's not working, making changes dynamically. And again, I was out on YouTube and I was typing Gatorade and social and looking at many of their examples, and I found a video that I want to show you because they've built a network operations center to pay attention to what they're doing on social marketing. Let's take a look at that video. And Gatorade is not alone. You know, when we've looked out at companies that are building these next generation systems, we saw Dell build a whole Dell social media command center. If you go to YouTube and type Dell social media, you'll see it. And many others. And what we saw it because we acquired a company called Radian6. And that all happened since the last Dreamforce. We saw that you were trying to track these conversations across the customer social networks. 200 million tweets a day, 1.5 billion Facebook posts a day, billions of blogs and communities. What are your customers saying? Do you know what your customers are saying? Are you listening to your customers? Are you paying attention to your customers? How else are you going to figure out how to delight your customers in a whole new way? That's why Radian6 is so exciting. It's the leader in social monitoring. It has over 2,500 customers, and half of the Fortune 100 uses Radian6 to listen, to analyze, to engage their communities, to build these next generation social media command centers. I want to show you Heroku. I want to show you Radian6. I want to show you the beginning of the Marketing Cloud. I want to show you what marketers are going to do to transform their companies. Please welcome Craig back to the stage. Craig?
Thanks so much, Mark. I've got one final demo for you today, and that is, of course, showcasing our newest technologies with Heroku and Radian6. And, you know, while we've been talking at today's conference about delighting your customers in a whole new way, we figured that we would finish off with a company maybe that does that better than none other, and that is, of course, Disney. So we built this demonstration today around Disney, starting in Radian6. Let's take a look. Let's bring up Radian6. First thing that you guys are going to notice is that it's a cloud app. So in Radian6, you start by selecting a whole bunch of keywords that you want to pull off of social media so you can listen to what your customers are saying, and then decide where you want to pull them, whether that's blogs, Twitter, micromedia updates, Facebook, you name it. And in real time, let's go ahead and run it, Dan. In real time, we are going to pull in every single conversation that is happening right now across the social web. 270,000 conversations just returned to our screen. And you don't have to go through every single one. Right? You can filter it down, slice and dice it. Marketers like to determine who are the folks that are Twittering, who has the greatest number of Twitter followers. And this is no joke. When the Kardashian sisters are Twittering about their experiences, you might want to know about it because Khloe has 4 million followers on Twitter. And when she is going to Disneyland, when your customers are experiencing your products and services, you want to know the ramifications across the social web. And not only can you find out who these people are and what they're talking about, but where. At the top of the screen, you can see everybody's talking on Twitter, and then Facebook, and then blogs. And you can see what they're talking about. This is really cool. Check this out. Let's go ahead and open up a dashboard inside of Radian6 that shows us what Disney theme parks people are talking about across the social web now. You see Disneyland and Disney World, but at the bottom of the screen, there's the new Aulani Resort, the new resort that just opened up on Hawaii from Disney. And if you want to dig in a step further, everybody across your organization can learn something. So how about the folks that plan the attractions and the rides at Disneyland? We've just opened up Disneyland. And now we're taking a look at all the rides. There's Space Mountain. There's Pirates of the Caribbean, but look at that orange bar that is just leaping off the page. That's Star Tours. And of course, many of you know who have been to Disneyland this summer what's recently happened. Disneyland has opened up an entirely new Star Tours attraction. And this is what people are talking about across the social web. Now, maybe the folks at Disneyland want to be able to understand that so they can tweak the experience and delight their customers in an even more impressive manner. There's the huge spike. There's the timeline of activity, the huge spike that happened this summer. And you see people are flooding the social media stream with feedback. And of course, you could find out more information about these people if you wanted. You could find out their gender, their age, but we can actually drill into the individual conversations. Take a look at this one. Here's one from a Twitter user named Sarah Langley. Hey, I'm headed to Disneyland. I'm excited for the new Star Tours ride, but what else should I check out? And we can engage with our customers because Radian6 is now integrated with Salesforce. We can add this tweet to the social profile. We can also do this in an automated fashion. Let's go ahead and bring up Salesforce. Let's take a look at the back end of this. Because in Salesforce, we've got the customer social profile for Sarah. Scrolling down on the page, what you're going to see here is you're going to see that Twitter post that we just brought in from the social web. It's now inside of the customer's social profile. And of course, if we wanted to reply to this user, this Twitter user directly from Salesforce, you know we can do that. We just showed it with Facebook in a customer service example earlier today. We've got a log of that conversation here on the social profile. Let's go back out to Twitter. Let's go back out to Twitter and take a look at this user's page. Sarah Langley, when she opens up her Twitter stream, check out the top of the screen. Our demo of Disney right now just tweeted back to Sarah. And what we can do is begin engaging with our customers, a new level of engagement. Hey, we love Star Tours. Be sure to check out Space Mountain. And guess what? If you're planning your trip, check out all of our apps on Facebook. And they give her a hyperlink to Facebook. Because what Disney is doing right now is they realize the experience of going to Disneyland starts months before you actually arrive at the theme park. You want to plan your trip. And now they're creating Facebook apps. This is the live Disney page on Facebook for Disneyland, facebook.com/Disneyland. 10 million likes on this page. And Disney is creating apps that are built on our Heroku technology. Check out some of these apps, Dan. Let's open up one of these apps, which is a vacation planning application. People they're living on Facebook. Why not give them that experience on Facebook? And you can see here, if you want to use one of these applications, the user has to allow. The user has to give permission for Disney to get some of their information from Facebook in exchange for a phenomenal customer experience. And now the user on Facebook can begin just using this application, planning their trip to Disneyland. What are the park hours? What are the rides that I should ride on? Where should I eat? Where should I stay? And of course, they can ask other folks. They can have that social experience right on Facebook. And when they go to the theme park and have that experience that really only a company like Disney can provide, when they get back home, the journey doesn't end. They want to share those moments with their friends and their family. And now they can do that also on Facebook. A photo sharing application that Disney has built on Heroku that allows you to upload all of your photos into the stream and create this interactive photo book right here inside of Facebook. But the cool reason that people are doing this, the amazing thing about this is that companies are creating social experiences. They're doing it on Facebook because it's social. And that means when you upload your photo book, you can share it right on your wall. Your friends and family can see it. Phenomenal customer experience for Sarah, but let's take a look. One more screen. Let's take a look. Back in Salesforce, everything that's going on is added to this user's customer social profile. Not only the Twitter conversation we saw earlier, but take a look down there at the bottom of the screen. The apps our customers are using. The next generation of listening and engagement with our customers, powered by Radiant 6 and Heroku. Back to Mark.
Really great. Really great. Really great. We are about to enter the most exciting part of the keynote. We're about to open an entire new door. We're going to talk about an incredible new capability. And we've been inspired by so many customers. We've really been able to look at what customers are doing with their own products, how their products are changing, how their technology is changing. And I want to start this introduction into something entirely new called product social networks that I believe will affect every company in this room and every customer of Salesforce's around the world. And to start that out, I want to interview one of the most dynamic and most exciting CEOs in the world. And to give you some insights into her, I want to go to a quick video that profiles her company. Please join me in this incredible video.
The faster we move forward, it becomes even more critical to look back and never forget who we are and never forget where we came from and what made this brand such a great global luxury brand today. I run the company with Christopher Bailey, our Chief Creative Officer. We had a vision, and the vision was to be the first company who was fully digital end-to-end. We are partnering with Salesforce to now take that vision and build this social enterprise. The experience would be that a customer would have total access to Burberry across any device, anywhere, and they would get exactly the same feeling of the brand, feeling of the culture, regardless of where, when, how they were accessing the brand. Everyone now can come into Burberry World and understand the journey and mission that Burberry is on. And to any CEO who's skeptical at all, you have to. You have to create a social enterprise today. You have to be totally connected with everyone who touches your brand. If you don't do that, I don't know what your business model is in 5 years.
Please give a big Dreamforce welcome to the truly great CEO, Angela Ahrendts. Angela, come on up here. Welcome to Dreamforce, Angela. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Great to have you, Angela.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming here. We're just delighted to have you here. You know, Angela, this is such an exciting time in our industry and your industry and in so many of the industries of all of the customers who are represented here. Can you put it into perspective for us? What do you see happening? What are you feeling?
You know, it's kind of like you said, there's a massive social revolution going on, and the way we kind of look at it is it's borderless, it's agnostic. It's the new universal language, social media, and it is creating a new universal culture. And you know, with a company like Burberry, with a workforce 70% under the age of 30, and that's kind of why I said what I said in the video. And I will tell you, I saw them pop the image up. You know, the first time I came out, Mark, and literally this relationship is 3 months old. Mark and I just met last May, and I feel like, you know, I feel like we were meant to meet. Burberry's had this dream for quite a while, and we've been meeting with a lot of people around the world. And in one meeting at one hotel room, we have saved this. This is a napkin, and I sat there and shared with you this dream, and we called it the Burberry community.
I'm actually known worldwide for my artistic skills.
Well, inside we call this Mark's masterpiece. So, and we've saved it, but it was impressive because you sat there and you listened and you drew out this whole vision that we had. And then you looked at me and you said, this is a social enterprise. But then even more importantly, you shot a picture of it with your iPad, you put it up on Chatter, your executives around the world were feeding back the things that we could do together. And I think it was the fastest deal we've ever done, and it's one of the fastest implementations we're putting in place, and I thank you for understanding the vision.
Well, we're so excited to work with Burberry, and you know, you're a great leader. This is a tremendous brand. You know, when I sat with you there, what I saw you have all these great customers, and you want to build these great social profiles around these customers, that's really important to you. And I recognize that. I see that. You want to do that because you want to make sure that they're feeling your brand. That is the essential part of the Burberry vision and Burberry becoming a social enterprise. And then as we started to fill it out, I saw, you know, you've got SAP on your back office, legacy enterprise technology. You've got Burberry Worlds. You've got your stores. You've got your social monitoring, Burberry events, your suppliers, your franchise partners, your wholesale customers, your investors, and the mobile devices and Twitter and Facebook, and your employees, and bringing them all together. And then even doing things like gamification and the virality. And these were the things that kind of came up with us in the meeting, and we were lucky to kind of write all these things down. But I think this is a template for a lot of companies in this room who are trying to build their social enterprises. You know, what do you see as the next level? What is the next step for all these companies?
Well, you know, I think probably twofold. I think the biggest fear probably is we've all made heavy investments, as you said, on the back end of our businesses. Heavy investments. And so when you take platform or apps or solutions that Salesforce is offering, how do you plug those back into the existing infrastructure? Because that infrastructure doesn't go away. And that's where partners, you said, Verizon, Capgemini, I mean, big partners. None of that goes away. To me, Salesforce is just an addition, and then you work with these existing partners to leverage the infrastructure you have in place so that you can optimize a social enterprise. So I think that's one mark. But I think the other, probably for Burberry, and again, we sat there at the lunch that day, and I shared with you Burberry World, which was our new platform that we had just launched, and millions of people a week.
We're seeing that for the first time up here on the screens. Very exciting.
Thank you. And millions of people come to Burberry World from all over the world, and it was so important that as a global luxury brand, that, you know, the brand is our greatest asset. That is the number one thing that we're selling before we sell anything else. So, you know, we create rich content, it's compelling, it's emotive. And so you understood again at Salesforce, and again, you guys are agile, you're fast, you're flexible, and I said, I love everything you're doing, but we gotta brand it. It's gotta feel like Burberry. So to have the opportunity to take your solutions, your applications, and to brand them pure Burberry, whether it's chatter, whether it's tweaking the customer journey, and I think for most customers in the audience, that's again another huge opportunity.
You know, one of the things that I saw in that meeting, and I see it again today, and I'll connect it back to this room, one of the things that we try to do at Salesforce is we obviously create great technology, we have great customer relationships, but it's also about creating a great feeling. We have a great feeling in the room. I hear so much from my friend Neil Young on the importance of music and how music can help you feel. And that's why he is on this passionate to create this next generation of music that's digital, but that brings back that feeling of live music that you get when you're in an auditorium or with vinyl records. You're also all about feeling. When people get to the store, you want to make sure they have a good feeling. When they're on your website, you want to have that consistent feeling. Well, what is that connection that we're looking for? What is that brand appeal connected to feeling? Can you explain that to us?
That's the billion-dollar question, I think. But
I only ask billion-dollar questions.
And again, for us, honestly, it's about consistency, and it's about totally being agnostic. It's not about device. It's not about channel. It is about wherever the customer goes. And another thing I shared with you when we were out there was we were launching a new fragrance, which coincidentally is launching like right now, this week, and we shared.
And what is it called?
It's called Burberry Body. But we shared with you some really, we've got a great, young, amazing team as well. And we shared with you their vision about how to launch that in 100 countries to 15,000 partners, across every device, across every platform. How do we do that? And it was a little disruptive, a little thought-provoking. Again, you got it. You even threw in, I think, smell the brand because of the fragrance, and we didn't figure that one out yet. But I think that it's so important as we go forward, because this social enterprise has got to drive economic value. And so, you are a part of creating the social revolution. I don't know if there's just one going on. You guys are help creating it, but there's also a convergence that you are kind of causing, whether that's between search or between social or between customers that have something to sell. So I think unlocking this economic value from this social enterprise by doing things like this is really what's in the future for Burberry and Salesforce.
Very exciting. Angela, are you going to be able to stay here and talk with so many customers here? Sure would love to meet you and talk to you and share those experiences.
We're here. The whole team's here.
Would everyone please welcome and thank Angela for being here today. Thank you so much. Angela Ahrendts, truly great CEO, Burberry. Meeting with Angela was so coincidental, because what had happened to me is I had just came from another incredible meeting with another incredible CEO. I had this great invitation, and the invitation was from the CEO of Toyota. And Toyota-san and his global CIO, Tomoyama-san, they were coming to my house, and they wanted to hear, what is the next social enterprise for Toyota? And that was a huge question for us. It was a Zen koan. What would we do for Toyota? How could we change and transform Toyota? We've been talking about changing and transforming Burberry, and our idea was simple. We said, you've got a Toyota Corolla, you've got a Toyota Tacoma, you need a Toyota friend. And if you had a Toyota friend, that car could be social. That car could be on the network. The car could talk to you. It could tell you, is it ready to be charged? Does it need maintenance? Does it need new support? Does it need new capabilities? Very, very powerful. The car is your friend. That was a hugely transformational idea for Toyota. And when I look at all of our customers and all of their products, we have to ask that question, how do all of our products become social? How do all of our cars become our friends? That's what I'm looking for. Here we have a prototype of the Toyota Friend running. We're going to show this to you in a second. It's amazing. But this idea of Toyota becoming a social enterprise, this happened last December, just after Dreamforce. And this was hugely transformational for me. You saw that graphic I drew for Angela. Did everybody see that? Well, I had just drawn one for Toyota-san. And this is what it looked like. Chatter for 320,000 Toyota employees. Connect your dealers and distributors. Bring in your service channel. Bring in SAP. Bring in Oracle. Bring in your customers on Mixi, the Japanese social network. Bring in your customers on Twitter. Bring in your customers on Facebook. Bring in your customers on YouTube. Create a Toyota Friend website. Create mobile devices and get your cars running on these social networks. How do we do that? How do we create a Toyota Friend? How do we create a friend from all of our products? And I want to show that to you today. I want to show that to you because it transformed our vision of how we saw Salesforce. Our vision of Salesforce has changed. This is our new architecture. Look at it. Data.com, Database.com, our core platforms, Force.com and Heroku, our Sales Cloud, our Service Cloud, Radian 6, our App Exchange with 1,200 apps, Chatter, Touch, open APIs. This is our core architecture. And this came from this transformational work with Toyota. Amazing. That is amazing. And this is how we laid it out. After that meeting with Toyota-san, we said, this could be our system architecture. This could be our approach to dealing with all of our customers' problems. And it was incredible for us. And I want to show that to you now. So Dan Darcy, who worked with me on this project, is up on stage. Dan, let's give a demonstration of Toyota Friend.
Arigato, Mark. So I am really excited to show you the vision of the social enterprise for Toyota and finish out this show. So if we can bring up the demo, here we are. We're logged in as a customer like Mark, and you can see this is a dashboard of the information that's streaming to him. You can see his home is even on the network, and it's telling him it's got an 87% charge. Right in the smack dab middle of the screen, you can see even the Mark's Prius Hybrid is on the network, and it's streaming information to him, just like what the inside temperature is, the fuel efficiency, the battery charge, where the car is geolocated. But right in the middle, you can see there's a status update. The car is talking to him. It's saying, thank you, Mark, for activating me on the Prius Hybrid network. But it's not just Mark's car. It's his family of cars. It's his wife's car. It's his daughter's car. And all of this information streams to you in a Chatter feed in the Toyota Friend network. And you can see information here, what's important to him, what he's following. You know, the dealers can talk to him and say, hey, Mark, based on your social profile, I know you got swagger. Why don't you check out the Swagger Wagon? And you can see his daughter's car is saying, you know, the tire pressure is low. Based on your geolocation, fill up at this gas station. And you can see his wife's car is saying, you've reached a 50,000-mile maintenance. And the dealer, the community is getting involved here, and it's saying, you know, we've got a coupon, $50 if you can come in next week. But it's not just here inside of the Toyota Friend network. You can extend this out to Facebook. You can extend this out to Twitter, and that same information can stream to you right here. And this all can come together. We've been talking about mobile today. You know, we extended in the vision of the social enterprise for Toyota on the mobile device, and we built a Toyota Friend iPhone app. And here you can see that same information is streaming to you. Here's Mark's family of cars. We could see the internal temperature, the controls. Let's say maybe you want to just unlock your car from this thing. Is that unlock? Let's do that again. Okay, Wi-Fi streaming over the network here. All right, anyway, whatever. So, and you can see.
Dan, let's make a point. Every demo we've shown today is live.
It is 100% live demos. That's why I've got this whole thing up here. Anyway, so I'm really excited too because the Chatter is also streaming to you on the Toyota Friend mobile app. But it's just one final thing I want to show you. It's not just for your customers, it's not just for your dealers, it's also for the internal employees of Toyota. Here we are on Toyota-san's profile inside of Chatter, and you can see his company all around the world is following him, and he's following the people that is most important to him. But we've been talking about the social profile, and we're going to end on that. So here we are. Now Toyota-san can get a full, complete view of Mark in the social enterprise, and that's really powerful. And that is the social enterprise vision for Toyota Friend and Toyota. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Dan. That was a great demo. Thank you very much. Dan Darcy, great job today. But I have to tell you, it's not just about